Do two fiercely independent souls cancel each other out, or do they create a rarer kind of gravity? What happens when your need for depth meets someone who protects peace the same way you do? If love didn't demand performance, only presence, would you recognize it when it arrived? Welcome to time-tested advice, where ancient philosophy meets the modern world. I'm your host, Alfred. Let's get started. What happens when two unstoppable forces meet? Ever wondered what it's like when your deeply independent nature finds an equally self-sufficient counterpart? Not a clash, not chaos, but a quiet, powerful connection. Two worlds orbiting each other with perfect balance. Today we're talking about what really happens when a Sigma female meets her Sigma male, and why this kind of bond hits different. Sigma females, you know who you are. You move on your own terms. You don't chase attention. You don't need validation. You're not loud, but your silence speaks volumes. And then there's the Sigma male, confident, grounded, and hard to read. He's not trying to impress anyone either. He's building his own world, two rare souls, both independent, both mysterious. So what happens when they finally find each other? The world celebrates the loud, the social, the constantly connected, but Sigmas, they move differently. They crave depth, not noise. They value peace, not popularity. And that makes finding a genuine connection hard. Most people mistake their independence for coldness, but it's not that they don't care, it's that they refuse to settle for anything fake. Okay, now let's see what exactly happens. When a Sigma female finds his Sigma male one, instant recognition. It's like seeing yourself, but in a different body. No need for small talk or masks, they just get each other. When a Sigma female meets her Sigma male, the energy is different from anything she's ever felt before. It's not loud or flashy, it's subtle, quiet, but incredibly powerful. There's a calm spark that doesn't come from infatuation or need. It comes from understanding. It's like two people who've been walking alone through life, suddenly realizing they've been on parallel paths the whole time. The first meeting doesn't need grand gestures or overthinking. It's natural, effortless. They lock eyes, and for a brief second, everything slows down. There's this mutual silence that doesn't feel awkward. It feels comfortable, almost familiar. It's the kind of connection that says, "I see you," without a single word being spoken. A Sigma female, who's used to people misreading her silence or mistaking her independence for disinterest, suddenly meets someone who reads between the lines. He doesn't try to fill the silence. He understands its purpose. He knows that stillness can speak volumes. She's not used to that. Most people rush to break the quiet or prove something, but he doesn't. He matches her pace, her tone, her energy, and that's what makes her notice him. It's not about appearance or charm. It's about alignment. He carries himself with quiet confidence, the same kind she holds within herself. Neither one needs validation. Neither one needs to dominate. They're both grounded, both observant. They notice the small things, the tone in each other's voice, the way they pause before answering, the subtle expressions that say more than words ever could. For her, it's refreshing. For him, it's rare. It's not about instant attraction. It's instant recognition. It's that deep internal voice that whispers, "You're the same kind of different." There's no urge to perform, no pressure to impress. They can just be. The Sigma female doesn't feel the need to hide her intensity or soften her strength. The Sigma male doesn't feel the need to lead or protect. He just exists beside her, steady and sure. It's mutual respect in its purest form. They sense each other's independence and admire it. They both know how much courage it takes to walk alone, how many battles were fought in silence, and how much strength it takes to stay true to yourself in a world that constantly tries to shape you. And when they find that mirrored strength in each other, it's grounding. It's not fireworks, it's peace. It's the kind of peace that says, I don't need to own you to understand you. They move at the same rhythm, calm, focused, intentional. When they talk, it's real. No pretending, no filters. Every word has weight. Every silence has meaning. They recognize something rare, something they've been unconsciously searching for, a reflection that doesn't distort them, but completes the picture. It's like finding home in another human being without losing your own sense of self. That's what instant recognition feels like between a Sigma female and a Sigma male. It's not chemistry, it's connection, real, raw, and almost spiritual. 2. Respect before romance. Respect before romance. That's the rule when a Sigma female meets her Sigma male. There's no chasing, no manipulation, no trying to outsmart or impress. It's calm, steady, and built on something real. Mutual recognition of strength. A Sigma female doesn't fall for words. She watches actions. She doesn't care about charm or attention. She looks for consistency. When she meets a Sigma male, she sees someone who moves like her, quietly confident, unapologetically focused, emotionally contained. He doesn't try to own her energy or compete with it. He respects it, and that changes everything. Most men don't know how to handle a woman who doesn't need them. They get insecure, they push too hard, or they back away. But the Sigma male doesn't. He doesn't need control to feel secure. He respects independence because he lives by it. He knows what it means to stand alone, to rebuild, to find strength in solitude. So when he meets a Sigma female who carries that same fire, his first instinct isn't to dim it, it's to protect it by never trying to control it. That's where the respect starts. The Sigma female, who's used to being misunderstood, immediately senses the difference. She spent years walking away from people who confused her solitude with loneliness or her silence with weakness. But this time, she feels seen. He doesn't question her strength. He honors it, and in return, she respects his boundaries too. There's no testing, no jealousy, no games, just space and trust. It's a connection where both people understand that freedom isn't a threat. It's a foundation. They don't need to be around each other constantly to feel close. They give each other space without fear. That's rare, and that's what makes it powerful. When a Sigma female talks, she's not trying to impress him. She speaks her truth plain and clear, and he listens not to respond, but to understand. That's the difference. He doesn't interrupt her flow. He respects her thoughts, her opinions, her experience. In a world full of shallow connections, this kind of understanding feels sacred. Respect becomes the attraction. It's not built on desire alone. It's built on admiration. They admire each other's discipline, their control, their purpose. And when they look at each other, it's not like I want to own you. It's more like I see you standing strong, and I respect that. That's the core of their bond. There's no rush to define it, no need to label it. They let it grow naturally. The Sigma female appreciates that. She doesn't like to be rushed or pushed into emotions that haven't formed yet. She wants to trust what she feels. The Sigma male gives her that room. He doesn't force connection. He lets it breathe. That's what makes it real. Respect comes first, and romance follows quietly, built not on fantasy, but on truth. That's what separates them from everyone else. Their love starts with respect, and that's why it lasts. 3. Space isn't a threat. Space isn't a threat. It's the oxygen that keeps their connection alive. When a Sigma female finds her Sigma male, the first thing they both notice is how naturally they honor each other's need for space. They don't mistake distance for disinterest or silence for tension. They understand that personal time isn't about pulling away. It's about recharging, staying balanced, and keeping individuality intact. For a Sigma female, alone time isn't optional. It's essential. It's where she processes, creates, and regains her power. Most people take that personally. They think her quiet means she's cold or detached, but the Sigma male gets it. He's the same way. He doesn't chase her when she goes silent, and he doesn't flood her phone with messages demanding attention. He trusts her rhythm. He knows she'll come back when she's ready. That kind of trust builds something rare: peace, real peace, no guilt trips, no need to explain every move. When she says she needs space, he nods because he's probably about to take his own. They both value solitude because it keeps them grounded. They don't depend on each other to feel whole. They come together because they already are. That's the difference. They understand that love doesn't mean constant contact. It means connection that survives the silence. When a Sigma female spends time alone, she's not avoiding him. She's centering herself. She's making sure she's showing up as her best version, not a drained one, and he respects that. He's not the type to get insecure or suspicious. He's too focused on his own path to waste time guessing. And when he needs his own space, she gives it freely. She doesn't take it as rejection. She takes it as truth, because she knows people who truly love freedom don't use it to escape. They use it to grow. And when they come back together, it's different. The energy feels fresh. The conversations have weight. Their presence feels intentional. It's not about filling gaps. It's about adding meaning. The Sigma female loves this kind of rhythm, close enough to feel connected, free enough to breathe. She doesn't want constant check-ins or emotional babysitting. She wants a bond that doesn't crumble when she steps back. The Sigma male gives her that security without even trying, and that's what makes her fall deeper. Not because he clings, but because he doesn't. In their world, space is love in motion. It's a silent promise that says, I trust you enough to let you be you. And in that trust, they find the kind of closeness most people spend their lives chasing. It's balanced, quiet, powerful. No need for constant reassurance. Just two people who know that real connection doesn't fade when they're apart. It grows stronger. Space isn't the enemy. It's the secret language of two souls who understand freedom and still choose each other every single time. 4 conversations go deep. When a Sigma female meets her Sigma male, small talk dies fast. They skip the surface level stuff because it feels fake, unnecessary, and honestly boring. Neither of them has the patience for empty words or meaningless chatter. Their connection builds on depth, real, raw, emotional truth that doesn't need filters. From the start, their conversations hit different. It's not how was your day, it's what drives you, what scares you. What do you want out of this life? They talk about purpose, freedom, solitude, pain, ambition, and the lessons that shape them. Every word carries weight because both understand what it means to live with intention. For the Sigma female, this kind of exchange feels rare. She's used to people who talk but never say anything real, people who can't handle silence, so they fill it with noise. But with her Sigma male, silence feels sacred. It's not uncomfortable, it's grounding. Sometimes they sit together, not saying a word, and it feels like a full conversation just happened in the quiet. He doesn't interrupt her to prove he's listening. He actually listens. He doesn't just wait for his turn to talk. He absorbs what she says, reflects, and responds with honesty. That's what makes her open up. She doesn't have to shrink herself or filter her thoughts to keep him comfortable. She can be brutally honest, emotionally transparent, even vulnerable, without feeling judged or misunderstood. And when he speaks, she listens with the same intensity. She hears the unspoken words, the pauses, the emotions tucked behind his calm tone. That's the kind of connection most people never experience. Their conversations stretch beyond romance. They touch philosophy, dreams, psychology, the world, the future. It's not about agreeing on everything. It's about exploring perspectives. They challenge each other, but with respect. No ego, no need to win. Just truth-seeking together. It's almost spiritual how they communicate. There's a rhythm back and forth, give and take, silence and expression. They can talk for hours about something most people overlook and walk away feeling mentally full, not drained. The Sigma female loves that. She's a thinker. Her mind runs deep, and most people can't follow, but he can. He meets her depth with his own, and it feels safe. No one's pretending to be perfect. No one's pretending to have it all figured out. It's two real people talking about real things. They both know conversation is more than words. It's energy, it's intention, it's trust. That's why their connection strengthens with every exchange. Their words don't just pass time, they build something lasting. In a world where most people talk to be heard, the Sigma pair talks to understand. That's their difference. They communicate with clarity, not chaos. They speak less, but say more. And when they do speak, it lingers. It leaves a mark. Their conversations aren't just deep, they're defining. It's not about talking. It's about truly connecting mind to mind, soul to soul. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, say hello, and consider subscribing to our channel. And if you'd like to support our channel further, you can find that in the description. All right. Moving on to 5. No ego battles. When a Sigma female finds her Sigma male, one thing becomes instantly clear. There's no space for ego. Neither of them is here to prove a point or dominate the other. They've both outgrown that stage of needing to be right, just to feel powerful. Their connection is built on balance, not control. They don't see each other as competition, but as equals. That's what makes it work. The Sigma female is strong, confident, and emotionally aware. She knows who she is, what she wants, and what she stands for. She doesn't shrink to make anyone feel comfortable, and the Sigma male, he's the same. He's calm, grounded, and deeply secure in himself. He doesn't need validation from anyone, least of all from her. When these two meet, it's not about who leads, it's about who listens. They move like a team, not rivals. They understand that strength doesn't mean shouting louder. It means staying grounded when others lose control. Most relationships fall apart because of ego battles, constant need to win arguments, to be right, to have the last word. But in a Sigma connection, that energy doesn't exist. They don't play emotional chess. They talk it out with honesty and logic. If one of them needs space, it's given without guilt. If one of them is wrong, they admit it without shame, because for them, vulnerability isn't weakness, it's clarity. The Sigma female doesn't need to be the dominant one, and the Sigma male doesn't need to assert control. They respect each other's intelligence and trust that both know what's best for themselves. There's no controlling, no manipulating, no passive-aggressive energy, just realness. They focus on understanding, not overpowering. That's rare, and that's what keeps the peace. The Sigma male doesn't feel threatened by a powerful woman. In fact, he's drawn to it. Her independence excites him. Her opinions challenge him, and instead of feeling the need to compete, he listens, he learns. The Sigma female notices that it's not often she meets someone who can handle her fire without trying to contain it. She doesn't have to water herself down to be loved. That's freedom. And when disagreements happen, and they will, they don't tear each other apart. They don't yell. They don't attack. They don't play games. They communicate like adults. They say, here's what I feel and here's how I see it. They care more about the connection than their pride. That's the magic of it. Their ego doesn't lead their relationship. Respect does, and that respect builds trust. It keeps their energy clean and their bond strong. No drama, no emotional mess, just calm understanding between two people who've mastered themselves. The Sigma pair doesn't fight to prove love. They prove love by protecting peace. That's their strength. No ego battles, no power struggles, just two strong minds and steady hearts working together, not against each other, every single time. Okay, now let's get into the deeper. 6. Growth becomes the goal. When a Sigma female finds her Sigma male, the relationship stops being about comfort and starts being about evolution. They don't come together just to feel safe. They come together to grow. Growth becomes their shared language, their quiet obsession, their reason for showing up every day. For a Sigma female, personal growth isn't optional. It's part of who she is. She's constantly learning, analyzing, reflecting, rebuilding. She's not afraid to face her flaws because she knows growth doesn't come from comfort zones. And when she meets a Sigma male, she finds someone who mirrors that same mindset. He's not intimidated by her ambition or her hunger for progress. He respects it. He lives it. He's always working on himself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, not for validation, not for approval, but for the simple reason that staying stagnant feels like death to him. Together they become unstoppable. They push each other but never out of pressure. It's encouragement, not competition. If she's building something, he's cheering her on. If he's chasing a vision, she's there reminding him why he started. It's never about one being above the other. It's about rising together. They understand that love without growth eventually dies, so they keep evolving individually and as a team. They're not afraid of challenges. In fact, they seek them because they know that struggle sharpens character. They call each other out, but gently with love. No sugarcoating, no coddling. If one starts to lose focus, the other notices. They say what needs to be said, not to criticize, but to realign. That's rare. Most people avoid those hard talks because they fear conflict, but Sigmas see conflict as a tool for clarity. They know tension isn't always bad. It's often the spark that triggers growth. The Sigma female thrives in that honesty. She admires that her Sigma male doesn't just agree with her to keep the peace. He challenges her ideas, makes her think deeper, pushes her limits, and she does the same for him. They sharpen each other like steel, meeting steel, strong, precise, and unbreakable. There's no jealousy in their progress. When one wins, they both win. When one struggles, they both step up. Their success doesn't divide them. It binds them tighter. The energy they share isn't draining, it's empowering. They motivate each other to stay disciplined, to chase better versions of themselves every single day, and even in silence, they influence one another. Just being around each other inspires growth. No big speeches, no constant validation, just quiet accountability, the kind that says, I see your potential and I expect you to meet it. That's the love language of two sigmas, elevation over stagnation. They don't just grow together, they grow because of each other, and that's why their bond stays alive. In a world where most people settle, they keep evolving. For them, growth isn't a phase, it's the whole point. 7. Calm chemistry. When a sigma female meets her sigma male, there's no chaos, no wild roller coaster of emotions. Their chemistry is calm, steady, and powerful in ways most people can't understand. It's not about loud declarations or constant drama. It's about quiet energy that speaks louder than words. The moment they connect, there's an undeniable sense of balance. It's not the kind of chemistry that burns fast and fades. It's the kind that stays, that grows stronger the more they understand each other. Their attraction isn't based on appearance or adrenaline. It's rooted in alignment. They fit together without forcing it. The sigma female feels it immediately. She's used to people trying too hard, pushing too fast, chasing connection like it's a prize. But with him, it's different. He doesn't chase. He flows. He's not trying to impress her. He's just being himself, and that's what draws her in. His calm confidence feels familiar because it mirrors her own. Their presence together is magnetic, but peaceful. When they sit next to each other, they don't need to fill the silence. The air feels charged but relaxed, like they're both tuned into the same frequency. It's not butterflies, it's gravity. Their chemistry doesn't demand attention, it commands it quietly. Others might not even notice at first, but those who do can sense it immediately. There's a softness in how they look at each other, a grounded energy that says, "I'm not here to control you, I'm here to connect." That's rare. Most relationships start loud with constant texting, emotional highs and messy lows. But sigmas don't do messy. They don't chase chaos, create calm. Their connection feels safe yet thrilling, like standing at the edge of the ocean, powerful but still. When they touch, it's not for show. It's intentional, meaningful. When they talk, their words land deeper because there's sincerity behind every sentence. And when they're quiet, it's not awkward. It's comforting. That's their version of passion, peace that feels electric. The sigma female loves that she doesn't have to tone herself down to keep him close. She can be intense, strong, or distant, and he doesn't get shaken. He matches her vibe with equal composure. He's steady, not scared of silence or stillness. That emotional steadiness creates trust. She knows he's not going to disappear when things get quiet, and he knows she's not going to create drama when things feel too peaceful. They both crave stability, not stimulation. Their chemistry isn't about losing control, it's about finding it together. It's sensual, but not loud. It's passionate, but patient. They don't burn out, they build. Their energy deepens over time, layer by layer, as they learn each other's rhythms. This calm chemistry becomes their signature. It's not the fire that blinds, it's the light that warms. In a world obsessed with chaos, they find comfort in stillness. That's the sigma connection. Peaceful, powerful, and unshakably real. 8. Independence stays intact. When a sigma female finds her sigma male, one thing never changes her independence, and he wouldn't want it to. That's what drew him in from the start. She's not the type to lose herself in anyone, not even someone who understands her perfectly. Her world doesn't suddenly revolve around him. It expands to include him. That's the beauty of it. She's built her peace brick by brick, and he respects that. He doesn't try to take over her space or make her dependent. He knows how much it cost her to build her freedom, and because he values his own, he'd never threaten hers. Their relationship doesn't blur identities. It strengthens them. The Sigma female doesn't suddenly stop chasing her dreams just because she's in love. If anything, she goes harder. She wants to grow, explore, evolve, and he supports that without hesitation. He doesn't get jealous of her ambition. He admires it. He's got his own path, his own battles, his own vision. They walk side by side, not tangled up in each other's shadows. That's what makes them solid. They don't need constant validation or reassurance. They already know their worth. They don't define themselves by the relationship. They define it by how well it lets them stay true to who they are. When she wants to spend time alone, he doesn't question it. When he disappears into his work or his solitude, she doesn't panic. They trust the distance because they know what's real doesn't need constant proof. For them, independence isn't about separation. It's about strength. They can be close without being consumed together, without being trapped. That balance is everything. The Sigma female loves hard, but she never forgets herself. She doesn't stop being her own person just because someone loves her, and the Sigma male, he loves. That about her, he's not looking for someone to follow him. He's looking for someone to walk beside him. He doesn't want to control her choices or dictate her path. He just wants to see her thrive. They inspire each other to keep their individuality alive. There's no competition, no resentment, no guilt for wanting space. Their independence isn't a wall between them. It's the bridge that keeps the connection honest. They respect each other's time, boundaries, and purpose. That's rare in a world where most people confuse closeness with control. But for them, independence is intimacy. It means trusting each other enough to let go without fear. It's love without chains, a bond where freedom and loyalty can exist in the same space. The Sigma female doesn't lose herself in him. She finds new strength beside him, and he doesn't lose his solitude. He finds peace sharing it. That's the Sigma way. Two complete souls choosing each other, not because they need to, but because they want to. And that choice made freely every single day is what makes their love unbreakable. 9. They communicate without drama. Here's the thing. Most relationships are full of unnecessary noise, arguments about nothing, mixed signals, passive aggression, constant, "Do you care? Do you notice me?" Questions Sigma types don't do that. When a Sigma female meets her Sigma male, communication changes. It's not about yelling or proving a point. It's about clarity, precision, understanding without over-explaining. She doesn't need to text him 10 times to feel noticed. He doesn't need to guess her mood or interpret cryptic hints. They talk straight. They express needs, desires, boundaries, and expectations without making it a battle. This kind of communication, it's liberating, it's refreshing, and for a woman who's used to being misread or underestimated, it feels like a breath of fresh air. Stop for a second. Like seriously, take a moment to imagine that. No manipulation, no emotional games, no fake apologies for things that weren't even wrong. Just honest conversations. You get it, right? That's rare. That's why this dynamic feels so magnetic. It's also why conflicts are different. In most relationships, disagreements can spiral into weeks of resentment. Not here. When a Sigma female expresses frustration, he listens. When a Sigma male sets a boundary, she respects it. There's a mutual understanding that emotions are valid, but they don't control the relationship. That kind of balance, it's powerful. It's almost like they've created their own language, one built on respect and shared intelligence rather than drama. And it goes deeper than words. Sometimes no words are needed at all. They sense each other's state of mind without questioning it. They are just naturally, intuitively. He knows when to step in and when to back off. She knows when to share and when to let him process. That kind of non-verbal, empathetic communication creates a connection that feels effort, but is actually profoundly rare. Here's why this matters. In a world where relationships often feel exhausting or performative, meeting someone who communicates with clarity without sacrificing kindness is transformative. It reinforces the Sigma female's independence. She's never cornered or silenced, while also showing that a relationship doesn't have to be draining to be meaningful. It's like both of them finally realized that true connection is possible without compromise of self. But there's another layer. This type of communication builds trust faster than anything else. When she sees that he listens without judgment and acts without ego, she knows she can be herself fully without holding back, and he feels the same. They don't have to pretend, they don't have to perform. It's authentic, and that authenticity, that's magnetic. So here's what happens when a Sigma female finds her Sigma male, and they communicate this way. The relationship becomes a safe zone, a mental and emotional sanctuary. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's everything. They grow together, navigate challenges together, and support each other without unnecessary complications. And honestly, once you experience that kind of clarity and alignment, you can't settle for less again. This is why Sigma pairings are so rare, so precious, because this level of honest, no-drama communication is almost mythical in today's dating world. But when it happens, it's not just a relationship. It's a partnership built on respect, understanding, and freedom. Everything a Sigma female and Sigma male truly crave. 10. Rituals of parallel purpose. Without merging identities, they align daily practices, morning focus blocks, solo workouts, evening wind downs, and keep private rituals sacred while celebrating progress together. Weekly check-ins feel like strategy sessions, not surveillance, and decisions are made by clarity, not control. This cadence lets both lives accelerate without collision. 11th, conflict as calibration. Disagreements aren't avoided or dramatized. They're timed, contained, and resolved with specific actions and follow-ups. They name the pattern, set a small experiment, review the result, and adjust, turning friction into a feedback loop that strengthens trust instead of scarring it. Picture this. A Sigma female walks into a room confident, steady, unreadable. She's used to being misunderstood by people who either underestimate her or try too hard to decode her. Most people can't handle her energy. They either feel threatened or they overcompensate, trying to explain her behavior or make her fit into their expectations. But this time, something different happens. Someone doesn't rush to figure her out. He doesn't overthink her silence or overanalyze her every word. He just watches quietly, observing without judgment, not impressed, not performing, just genuinely interested. There's a calm curiosity in his eyes that says, "I notice you without needing her to perform or explain herself." And for her, that pause, that quiet acknowledgement, feels like relief. Their eyes meet. There's no small talk, no forced charm, no attempts to dazzle one another. Just presence, pure presence that communicates volumes without saying a word. In that moment, she senses a rare alignment, a recognition that they are equals who understand boundaries, who respect space, and who value independence. He doesn't chase her. She doesn't play hard to get. They simply meet in the middle, calm, certain, magnetic. It's not chaos, not drama, not fireworks. It's steady, deliberate energy that feels electric in its quiet. And she realizes something profound. She doesn't have to tone herself down to be loved. She doesn't need to compromise her nature or dim her light to be worthy of connection. She can be fully herself, unapologetically, authentically, and still find someone who sees and values her for all that she is. And he experiences the same revelation. He can be fully himself and meet someone who matches his energy without competition, without pretension, without exhausting games. It's a connection built on alignment, understanding, and mutual respect, not dependency, not control, not performance. When a Sigma female finds her Sigma male, it's not a fairy tale, it's evolution. It's a meeting of minds and hearts that doesn't erase individuality, but celebrates it. Two souls that don't need each other, but choose each other intentionally, consistently, and naturally every single day. No loud confessions, no desperate reassurances, no emotional chaos, just quiet respect, deep alignment, and an unshakable bond that feels like home. It's a connection that honors freedom, amplifies strengths, and encourages growth without asking either person to compromise who they are. Because real connection doesn't confine you. It doesn't limit you, and it doesn't demand that you shrink to fit someone else's expectations. Instead, it expands your freedom, reinforces self-worth, and creates a partnership built on authenticity, understanding, and balance. So what do you think happens when two Sigmas collide? If you're curious about how Sigma females love differently and why their relationships look nothing like the norm, you'll see how depth, clarity, and respect create connections that feel truly alive. In short, when two Sigmas meet, respect precedes romance, space fuels trust, conversation nourishes growth, and peace becomes the brand of their passion. Freedom and loyalty standing side by side. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'm your host, Alfred, and I read every comment.